All right, Mountain Bike Man, morning podcast. Loaded up the trailer yesterday, got the dirt bike on, got the two mountain bikes on, two green bags, two fuel cells, got the cot and the canopy. They're all loaded on the rig, on the trailer. And tonight, we will load up the street bike. The trailer's parked. It's chained to a tree. There's a wheel lock on it. Everything's covered with a tarp, so you can't see what's on it. You'll see it when we walk by. I'm not going to peel the tarps off or anything like that. You know, right now they're on there. They're going to stay on there until I load up my street bike tonight. Today we'll get pink box cinnamon rolls for breakfast for the next couple of mornings, which is kind of nice out in the wilderness to eat a fresh cinnamon roll. And we're going to be, my pizza place is closed on Mondays, so we're going to be ordering Pizza Rock Pizza. I've already looked at a couple of pizzas that I like. They're quite pricey, but I do have a promo code with DoorDash, so I can knock $10 off of it. So it's kind of cool. Anyways, let me get my coffee going here. I left my and I can tell we've got to get our condiments ready. Mustard, mayonnaise. We're going to load up all the dry goods into the rig today. The beauty of having only one dog is I can use quite a bit of the back of the Jeep. I could still have two dogs and do it. You know, after being able to load the Jeep easily, you know, I've got my bike batteries are in the Jeep. The kitchen is in the Jeep. Everything's in the Jeep. My clothes are in there. Everything's set up. I've got this list down here on the floor. You know, I'm going to go through this checklist, make sure that we have everything. I got the jack, all the stuff to change tires. I am too regular. I'm gonna have to go bathroom. But we'll do this walk first. I feel it coming on. It really upsets me that that's my cycle. This thermos here doesn't work quite as well. It doesn't keep the stuff hot like the other one. I mean, it keeps it better than a cup per se, but with all luck at all, we'll be leaving tomorrow morning at about 5 o'clock in the morning with Costco. 4:45, we'll leave here and hopefully be at Costco. 5 minutes to 5, we'll leave here and be at Costco. The Jeep doesn't require a lot of fuel. As a matter of fact, I don't think I'll stop and get fuel here. I'll get it in St. George. There's a Costco in St. George. So the Jeep actually does quite well for considering what it's got. The 392 Hemi. if you can keep the speed under 65, you do well with the gas mileage. If you can keep it under 60, you even do better. But there'll be times that I drive 60 miles an hour. But, mostly 65. God damn, it's so discouraging having to go bathroom already. Here's our new Aryan 2 compressor broke. So here's our new one. I'll show it to you later. We're not going to pull it out of the box. We took a charging apparatus for it. Its own. I've got a power strip, so I'll be able to charge everything all at once. Your shavers, 2 shavers, this compressor. I've got, my GoPro batteries is a possibility. Just trying to think of some of the stuff. Like I said, both of my shavers, I'll be able to do those. And you'll be able to charge everything. When you're charging a bike battery, you charge more than just the bike battery. You charge everything. Okay. Let's take this dog for a walk. It's going to be his last walk here at home. He does go on walks when we're on the trip, of course. I've got my Peaks headlamp that needs to be charged periodically. Got the new Peaks. Shut up! New Peaks headlamp, it's got to be charged. Ate all of this food, that's good. Down. Control anxieties. Control yourself, buddy. Everything's coming to fruition. Just control. Well, I've seen the new younger Huskies. Man, a couple people. I've ran into a couple of people with younger ones. And stop. Here's the trailer. We've got the dirt bike on there. 2 mountain bikes. Generator. Hey, stop! What's so fucking much? I'm gonna choke you, asshole. You see, we got a wheel lock on it. It's chained to the tree. I'm gonna make it easy. I told this dude to park in the driveway for me. He zoned it out. Forgot my gun. And I gotta go back to him. This is gonna have to be a short walk. Eating. I had a bunch of raspberries the other day. I had 3 avocados yesterday. They finally ripened up in the window. I'm gonna take some apples with me. Not the whole bag, but maybe like 4 or 5 apples. Well, there's only 7 of them. Then I'll take 4. fruit. Just the smell of fruit. Even though they'll be inside the Jeep all the time, but it will attract bears, grizzly. They won't be, all the food and everything stays inside the Jeep. It would take a pretty ballsy fucking grizzly bear or black bear to approach the Jeep. They got to be thinking there's a human close by, especially I'm going to be marking my territory around the Jeep. You know, within 50 feet of the Jeep, I'll be pissing on boulders or tree trunks or whatever the case may be. You want to mark your territory. Good old buck's gonna be by himself. He usually has 2 or 3 helpers with him. To fend off coyotes, wolves, and bears, and grizzly bears, and mountain lion. But he'll have a panic room underneath the Jeep. You'll be able to get underneath the Jeep and it'll serve as a panic room. I'm going to set up the bins so there's only a small exit underneath the Jeep. Like I said, it would take a pretty ballsy grizzly bear or black bear to interfere with that scenario. They've got to be thinking that there's a dude close by with a weapon. Now, I don't want to shoot at anything or anything like that, but I'll certainly fire a couple of rounds right over the top of their heads if there's an issue. A couple of warning shots, keep them out of the area. Beautiful morning. I just woke up. Hard to see how much sleep I had, but I feel great. Took a couple of as a matter of fact, I woke up and I was like, holy shit, I overslept. You know, that's what it felt like to me. You know, I've got I got an afternoon alarm that goes off at 4:20, wakes me up, and you know, come on, let's go, keep for looking shit. I remember it going off yesterday, but I did get up and do my thing, but that's all I could remember is that alarm going off, and then I went back to sleep yesterday. But I did get up. But this morning it was like, holy shit, I slept straight through. I just hope tonight that I can go to sleep like that. I'm gonna take a Xanax for sure. You know, I want to be able to pass out, and everything's going to be set up ready to go. The alarm will go off at 4:30, and you know, all I have to do is put in my most of the refrigerator stuff will be in the Jeep. I just have to put the frozen stuff in. So it's going to be a pretty nice little haul. Yeah, we'll have to cut this trip even shorter than normal. I'm pretty regular now with this food intake. The pears are extremely ripe, so you do have to eat them first and foremost. We're gonna have to beeline left here and turn this into a short trip. Yesterday morning is after the dog walk. I told myself, come on, let's go down there and let's put the dirt bike on. And that's what I did, and then that led to one mountain bike, and then, nope, we're turning left. That led to one mountain bike on, two mountain bikes on, two full green bags tied down. I've got a spot for the third green bag, and the street bike has its own little secluded little tiny spot. Nothing touching it or rubbing against it. The plan was to put some I was initially going to put a cover on the bike, but it wouldn't do anything. Now I'm going to put a couple of sheets of this, possibly saran wrap, to act as a shield for the bike. Like maybe six different strands of saran wrap locked in by the tire on the bottom. You could tape it too if you want to, but with packing tape, but it'll be locked on top with packing tape, so you'll have that thin shield, multiple layer saran wrap to protect it against bugs, small pebbles should they somehow get flicked up from the rear tires. It should work good.